Welcome to our Team Phonics YouTube channel.
Hello everyone, my name is Efya Bayayi, if we have not already met, and this is our middle son who is, how old are you?
5.
And what are your names?
Ifeanyi Tadaishe Bafo Bayayi.
Ifeanyi Tadaishe Bafo Bayayi, but we all call him Bafo. And so we have Bafo joining us today. And what I wanted to do was to conclude everything that I've been sharing with you about reading and writing. Before I continue, just wanted to say that if you have been enjoying these videos, if you've been finding them helpful, please do share, like, and most importantly, subscribe as well. So let's go. First of all, I wanted to talk about the benefits of reading. Literacy is something I'm quite passionate about. Research has found that, reading has so many benefits. Number 1, it strengthens the brain. Number 2, it builds vocabulary. Number 3, it increases empathy. It's also been found to reduce stress. It improves memory, number 5. And number 6, if you read before bedtime, it's actually been found to help improve sleep. Literacy is the ability to read, write, view, speak, design, and listen in a way that allows you to communicate effectively. But there's actually a relationship between reading and writing. And so you can't really have one without having the other. They both interrelate, they're both very closely interconnected, and they both support each other. Once a child can read and write confidently, they can effectively connect with, discern, and interpret the world in which they live in. We should teach our children to read so that they read to learn. Just having that strong foundation when it comes to reading and being an analytical thinker really does equip you. Even if a parent is not homeschooling, I believe quite strongly that a child's educational development should not be left to the school alone. I think it's important, if your child does go to school, for you to partner with the teachers and for you to make it so that what they're doing in the school is reinforcing what it is that you've put in place at home.
How do you spell smashed?
Smashed. Sma. Yep. Ash.
8.
Yeah. And then what comes next?
E.
Yeah. In the last video that I did with Nyamiche, my youngest, we looked at these 2 books, and I provided the links for these books. And what I demonstrated was how these books help to support putting the sounds of the letters together in order to create words. What I'm going to touch on is what we call digraphs. So digraphs is when you have a pair of letters that make a sound. And you've also got blending, and that's when you have a pair or a group of letters that work together using each of their individual sounds. So the combination of phonics and digraphs and blending really does help with the basis of reading when it comes to the English language. I also wanted to introduce you to Brain Box. Like, they're less than £5. I can't exactly remember the specific price, but I always get them from Aldi, and they have different types. You can have brain boxes to do with science facts, brain boxes to do with the countries of the world and that sort of thing. So you can actually go on the Aldi website and purchase brain boxes covering different topics, and I'm going to provide the link for that. But let me give you an example. So what we do before we start all of our lessons is we also always play a game, like a learning game. I'm going to demonstrate to you how we play this particular game. Thank you. So it comes with a 10-second timer.
2, 1.
So 10 seconds are up. What color is the child's jumper?
Red.
Yellow. Is the child writing or using a computer?
Using a computer.
Yes. What color is the flower?
Pink?
Yep. Does the flower have any leaves?
No.
Yes, it did. Is the red or the blue string thicker?
Red.
Yep. What does the front of the card say?
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, and so What are these two? What sound does this make?
Th.
Third. Let's go through these words.
Thick. Thin. Thank you. Think. Song.
Okay, so that's how you play the game. And what we would do is we'd sit around the table, and I'd do that with all my children. Right, and then what we do is we always do reading. And so we read every day, don't we?
Yep.
And at the moment, this is the book that we're reading.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood. I either purchase this book from Aldi or Poundland or Lidl. We'd have examples of blending and diagraphs. Here, there is a focus on these two combinations of letters. And so do you know what that sound is?
Knocking.
Okay, well the word is knocking, but what's that sound? No. No. So which one is silent? Which
The
sound?
K.
Yeah, exactly. So the K is silent. As you read with your child every day, you get them to read to you every day. I might just cover a 4-page spread with Bafour, you know, each day, and then the next day we'll move on to another 4-page spread. And when we're reading, what type of places do we read in when we go out?
In the car.
In the car.
In the garden.
Yeah, when we're waiting in the barber shop, when we're waiting in the GP surgery, I always have a book bag with me so that I can use every opportunity available to read with the children, and or to get them to read to me. And in getting them to read to me, I'm correcting mistakes and errors that they're making. For example, not pausing when there's a full stop, the intonation of their voices, because being able to express and articulate yourself is really important. And to get them confident with words and to get them to love words, we'll do things like I'll get them to spell something on the fridge in the kitchen. Oh. Peekaboo. You know, I recommend that you get some magnets that are letters. Again, you're making use of the time that you have. You're in the kitchen, you're cooking, you're preparing something, they're sitting there waiting for you. They have something to do. Another thing that we do every day is word searches. I bought this from Poundland and I bought it quite easily, but as part of when we do English, I always get the boys to do a word search. They've got to find 2 words. So it's getting those brain juices going, and it's getting them familiar with different types of words. And so they've got to, they'll ask me, okay, how do you say that? Do you know how to say this word?
Guava.
Yeah, guava.
Guava.
Guava, which is a type of, do you know what it is?
Animal.
No,
It's a type of lizard.
a lizard. No, it's a fruit.
So lizard.
Another great tip that I have when it comes to writing and bringing it all together is what we do is both my sons, they each have their own dictionary. My other son's dictionary is slightly different to this one, and they are actually working through the dictionary. So I have these sheets, and I'm going to provide the link to these template sheets in the description box below. Well, he's got to write a word, write the definition, and then use it in a sentence. Yeah. So what word have you written here, Bafour?
Above.
And what's the definition?
In a higher place.
And what's the second definition?
More than.
And so how have you used it in a sentence?
Aeroplane flies above the ground.
Yeah. Okay. And so that's what we would do. I'd say the final thing that I do is whenever we have our devotional at night time, both boys, again, they have their own copies of the Bible, and they will actually be required to read the scripture that we're using for that day. It's the Good News version of the Bible, so it's the simplest, most child-friendly version I could find. But at the same time, a lot of the words are challenging. But it's getting them to be familiar with reading, trying out different words, the foundation of like public speaking and that sort of thing. So it's really helpful. That is the conclusion of that particular topic. We are going to be exploring other topics from this video onwards, but I hope that you have found that helpful, and please do let us know how you're finding the channel. Give us your thoughts. Any suggestions that you have or any questions that you may have for future videos, please give us a comment in the comments box below. I do read each and every one of them, and so I look forward to hearing from you, and thank you for watching. That's it. So now I've got the second video.
Why don't you do the second one?
Because we're going to do telling the time.